First of all, you're very easy to approach for sure.
Kama mtu akona crush na mimi umesikia. Siogope, nikuje. I just knew I want to be either on TV or radio, but I just want to do something about journalism, right?
So ulijipataje all of a sudden, boom, kiss.
Oh, at all of a sudden. I hustled for 6 years for a radio job. Toxicity where? Hey, come here, I do my job, I go. Honestly, we're too old for all these things. Like, you never have a problem with me. Alright, let's sort it out. There's a lot of acting. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you, because I mean, you're not 100% every single day, right? You can imagine I was going through a bad heartbreak. You're gonna talk at the link, and I go to the loo, and I just cry, and then I still come back, I'm like, oh, listen to that song, bien, amazing. Who gives a f? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about it. Yeah, at that time, I honestly don't care about it, right?
Hello guys, welcome to the Unbattled Talk podcast. Here we're going to talk about so many things affecting the society and affecting our life. So today our main focus is going to be the elephant in the newsroom. Like tunaongelea kuhusu mental health, venye newsroom ukwaga toxic, wase usema ukwaga toxic. Hiyo yote leo tunaongea hapa. And our guest of the day. A very creative personality, a radio presenter. How is you?
I'm well.
Yeah, tell us about you.
My name is Muchina Malomba. I work at Kiss FM, radio presenter from 7 p.m. until midnight. And I'm a love of life. I love traveling. I love connecting with human beings. I love just being joyful, you know? I love experiencing life and adventure.
Genuinely speaking, how are you doing?
Oof. That's a deep question. Nowadays, if you get to ask me how am I doing, I usually think for a minute before I say, oh, I'm fine. Because am I really, you know?
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like I am... It's like I'm in an ocean and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get to the beach, right? So I feel like, yes, I'm at that point, but... funny you're asking me that because like very recently I decided I want to be intentional about just going on with the flow of God and the universe, right? This is what I usually say, I want to be where my feet are. So instead of thinking about, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow, I just want to be here and be here now.
Who is Muchina?
Hey, you're asking very deep questions, eh? Who is Muchina? Who is Muchina?
Yeah.
Don't even know who is Muchina. I'm trying to figure him out every single day. But I feel like my purpose for Muchina is making other people's dream come true. Because I really love seeing people win. I genuinely just love seeing people go through their dreams and achieving it. Like that brings so much joy to me. So that's me.
I can attest. The first time I met you, it was doing a challenge. You remember?
Not really.
In the bedroom. Because I was an intern, I was like, hey, how am I going to approach you?
Come on.
Yeah, he's actually first of all, you're very easy to approach.
Yeah.
And I can attest to that. For that, I can attest to that for sure.
Kama mtu akona crush na mimi umesikia. Siogope, nikuje. I'm very easy.
Hebu mteni soko please.
Please. Hey.
Nataka hiyo rura show kwanza. Yeah, so tell me, growing up, how have you been?
I was raised, honestly, in the village in Bungoma, and I was raised by my grandmother. I had so much love growing up. Maybe that's the reason why I want to experience love and joy in my life, because I think very many people around me, even my family and friends, just gave me so much love. I was not, I was raised by, honestly, my maternal side of the family, because my paternal side, Baba Linda kukunua maziwa nini supermarket na Jairudi. So I was raised by my maternal side, and I think they gave me so much love, and I think that made me who I am today. Yeah. But growing up, I think there was so much love around me from my mom, my grandmother, and my maternal side of the family. There was just so much love, and yeah, I don't think unasikianga watu wakiongea about challenges growing up, mtu anasema nilikuwa natembea sijui nini bila viatu. For me, I think I was very blessed enough that my maternal side of the family sacrificed a lot. My grandmother sacrificed a lot for me. She made sure that I go through school, probably the best schools in that area in Bungoma, because she really just wanted the best for me. So I think she sacrificed a lot, and I saw that, and you know, Always grateful for that.
So when people talk about childhood traumas, you don't relate?
Of course, I do have traumas, of course. But you see, traumas are different and they come from different aspects. Like I've just told you, I didn't grow up with a father, so that's one trauma. I had to go to therapy for that. There's also I was bullied in school because I was not very I was not Miss Kwachopi. I used to be index 42 out of 42 in class. I was like before the teacher says bottom 10, number 42, I used to stand up because I just knew automatically it's gonna be me. I was very bad in maths. I used to get like 9%, 5%, nikipata 20%.
Umepita.
Tunachinja kuku nyumbani. Like it's like it's a big deal, you understand?
Yeah.
So I think just going as a child, I used to feel like I'm a failure. You know, like I'm not doing well, and my parents, my grandmother, my mom, and my aunt, they're doing everything to take me through school, and I can see they're sacrificing a lot. So I think that really messed me up because I used to feel like, why am I not? Am I stupid? You know, I used to read a lot of Think Big books by Ben Carson's and Gifted Hands, and I was like, like I'm still not getting that inspiration. And I think that came with, of course, bullying, and you know, it really affected me. But you know, I ended up getting 346 in primary. I was so happy. I was like, wow,
Among the best.
nilishinda watoto 8. I was like, that's an achievement.
That's an
you know what I
achievement.
mean?
I know.
So yeah, that was me growing up. I think I was just not like the best. I was not like Atia Chopi. I was not very good in class. And then of course also my father not being present. I think that gave me a little bit of traumas here and there.
So what brought you in Nairobi?
Of course, school. I knew there's something about me because I've always loved journalists. I used to have a book where I could write down news and I present in front of class, and I just knew I want to be either on TV or but I just want to do something about journalism, right? For me, it wasn't that, I'm trying out. No, I always knew from class 6 I wanted to be a journalist. Always. So that has always been my path. So by the time I was going to college, I knew what exactly I wanted to do.
So ulijipataje all of a sudden, boom,
Yeah.
kiss.
Okay. Oh, at all of a sudden. I hustled for 6 years for a radio job. I've worked in so many radio stations in Nairobi, outside Nairobi, in Tanzania. And it was just for experience. It was just me because I was very passionate about radio. And I used to just go there, please let me do anything, right? Hata kama nikuletea chai, let me just do anything. So by the time I was getting here at Keys, there was an announcement that they want to have presenters at Radio Africa. And then I had already given up. It was like 6 years and I never got a job. So I was like, done. And then my friend told me, I mean, you have nothing to lose. Just go. You never know, right? So just send your CV and demo. So I did. And they called me the first time, second time. Third time I was like, what's going on, Lord? And then the fourth call I got from Radio Africa was I need to come for the contract now. Yeah, and I was like, wow. Of all the years I think of my life, I think hustling, that day just made sense. Because job hunting is not easy, especially in the media. I don't want to sit here and lie. It was easy. It was not. Like stressing, and you know, you feel like you failed your family.
You failed yourself.
You
wasted time being in school.
So when I got this opportunity, I was like, oh wow. Like it makes sense at the end, you know. And then do you know what they called me on 1st of April? It was siku ya nini full stay, and they told the HR, please, I do not have the capacity. I don't know who you are, but please don't play with me today. Yeah. I think for me, I felt like God had ordained everything and had planned everything to happen the way it did. Because I mean, I'd hustled for 6 years. I used to do jobs that I really didn't like. I was a customer service agent. Oof, the patience of that job. You need to have a lot of patience. So it's like God was really preparing me.
So what's your low light as a radio presenter?
Radio is a showbiz, and you have to show up every day. It doesn't matter whether you've been at. Hey, there's a time I think in 2022, I was going through a bad heartbreak. And I still had to come to work and I'm like, oh, I love this song. Have you listened? I'm like, I don't care about the song. I'm going through so much, you know? It was just a lot. So for me, I think, I don't call it a low light, but that's those moments that I feel like, why am I doing this? I want to go home and sleep. Are those days when I'm not myself. When I'm going through something personally and I still have to show up and I still need to put on the show, right? And be like, yo, guys, it's the Maloko. there's a lot of acting. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you, because I mean you're not 100% every single day, right?
True.
But I mean somebody who's listening to you on radio wants you to make their day. You're not there for them to make your day. So you still have to be the person who's cheering them on and making them feel good through
With
the
the
songs.
same personality.
Yeah. And then they still come back and I'm like, oh, listen to that song, bien, amazing. Who gives a f***? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care
You don't
about
care
it.
about it.
At that time, I honestly don't care about it, right?
Yeah,
So I think those are very challenging moments. Yeah. And I've seen even other people here who have lost their parents, for example, and they've been told on the show that your mom has just passed on, and they had to complete the show. So you understand the whole, that takes a lot. Like you have to, I mean, you have clients who you have to do mentions for, so you still have to put up a show regardless. And if you listen to actually that presenter, you'll have no idea that they have gone through whatever they've just gone through, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a big challenge because you're still human.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
So what's your highlight moment?
Oh, every single day, I think just coming here and working for Kiss FM, Radio Africa, I sometimes I still pinch myself, to be honest with you, because I mean, who am I? To be honest, this is where the greats have passed through, right? The who is who in the media industry have gone through here, and the fact that I, Muchina Malomba, who was a very small boy from the village Ranje in Bungoma, didn't know anyone, and for some reason God and my hard work and talent has brought me here. I am super grateful every single day. Every day. That's why I take this work very seriously. Have you ever seen me here late ever?
No.
Not even once, actually.
Not even once.
This doesn't feel like a job to me. It feels like, I'm just coming to hang out, I'm going home. Yeah, because it doesn't feel like a job because I'm grateful
You
for
made
it.
it like a part and parcel of your life.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
how are you able to maintain Muchina as Muchina, Muchina as a radio presenter,
Yeah.
Muchina as a student, and
It's a
Muchina
lot.
as a son?
Oh wow,
To someone.
it's a lot. I think, especially right now. I think the only thing that I'm trying to actually find a balance is, I think, because I went back to school.
Yeah.
I think trying to do school and then work, and then my social life is just dead. So much assignments and so many projects, so many deadlines, and then I still have work. So I'm honestly, I think I'm still trying to find the balance of that, and maybe I will at some point, but I'm still trying to find the balance. But in terms of like at me being me, I'm just me. I still go in my tattoos. Somebody was asking me, Muchina una gari, unapanda matatu. Am I gonna change because of a job? You know what I mean? I'm just me. If I get money to buy a car, probably I will. But
Yeah.
I don't want.
You will.
Yeah, but I'm not like the kind of person to be like, oh, now I have to act a certain way because I have this job that is sort of public. No, I'm just me. I still eat kwa mama hapa nyuma wa kibanda wanapikanga chapati ndegu. I still go there and she's actually my friend. Like nitakula smoky pot. Like I'm just me. I meet people at supermarkets sometimes or matatus. Sheena. Yeah, hi. Like just me.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually changed anything, to be honest.
What do you understand about mental health?
I think it is, in simple terms, I would say not being mentally okay. And mentally okay, I mean not having the capability and the capacity to be able to probably just lead your day-to-day's life. You know, if I was not clinically depressed, but I felt like I was depressed at some point, and it felt like I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to come to work. I didn't want to see anyone, and it was really exhausting.
What led to that state of you being depressed?
I lost my mom in 2014. I remember during that time, I think I didn't find any reason. I thought like there was no reason for me to work hard, because I felt like before the only reason I was working hard, it was because of my mom. I really wanted to make her life better and everything. And then when she passed on, I felt like, oh, why am I in school? What am I, you know? And it just made me go into this shell where I just want to be by myself. I don't have a reason to, at some point, to be honest, I felt like there's no reason to leave. Like, why am I here, right? And then I think slowly, with the help of friends and God, honestly, getting me through that time was, I'll forever be grateful, because it was not an easy point.
Sorry for that. Do you have moments where you have outburst of emotions?
I do feel those moments for sure, and I think I also still I've gone through therapy, and what I've realized nowadays, if when I go through that, when I'm going through an emotion where I'm very stressed,
Yeah.
because or maybe just a trigger, because they usually say like you'll never ever ever get over someone's death, and that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, my
That's
mom has been 10 years, and sometimes I sit down and I'm like, oh, I wish she was here, right?
Yeah.
And then you have moments where you just cry and you don't understand why you're
Why you're
crying.
crying.
Like, I don't know if somebody else goes through this, especially if you have lost someone, but you just cry and you can't figure out why you are so emotional. So I go through that and I just cry. But what I've realized now, I have to go through that emotion. Like if I feel like crying, I will cry. I will be sad. I will go deep in the mud, see me and myself, like with those emotions, get it through. Like that's what I do. And then after that, okay. I journal kidogo and then I'm okay.
So apart from therapy, who do you vent it out to?
Oh, I had friends I used to vent out to. So I do have a couple of people I think that I usually call and I'm able to vent. But nowadays everyone is going through something. So nowadays I have to ask permission. Do you have the capacity to take a vent? Because everyone is going through something, right? So I usually have a couple of like friends and even my family who I'm very open to. But also me strangers. Miki tutu kiniramba. Nikutana tuna Ivy na sikujui na you don't know my situation. You don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, hey Ivy. By the way, like I'll just start opening up. I'm not gonna tell you all the details and who or who, but I just start venting out. By the time I'm done with that conversation, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm done. I'm good.
Okay, so what triggers your mental health?
Ooh, I think okay. If I'm being very honest, and this is too much information, I feel like I've had abandonment issues from my father leaving me and not understanding why he left. I think there was that. And also death brings abandonment. You usually feel like you've been abandoned. So I think from both of my parents there's been that abandonment issues, and you also usually feel like nobody understands you now. Because my mom was my friend. Like we used to be very good friends. So I'm like, I don't feel anybody understands me the way she did sometimes. But now I don't want to sit here and say, oh, I've completely healed, because healing is a process and it's an ongoing thing. But I think I've forgiven that part, because it's very important for you to forgive your trigger, for you to forgive the reason why you get triggered. And for me, I forgave that part. So I did forgive my father. And
so with that experience, and everyone says media house is toxic, the environment is toxic, the people are toxic. How are you able to manage that?
When I first came and started doing media, I think the first thing I was told was you have to have thick skin. Because people are going to answer you the way they want. People are going to treat you, especially if you're an intern. People won't really care about you. They'll be like, they'll treat you however, right?
Yeah.
So I think what I do, I think I'm trying to be a light, I guess. That's the only thing I can do. Yeah.
I expected a turn down when I was an intern.
Yeah.
From the challenge. No. I expected that.
So I feel like even when the interns that are here, I just treat them as people, like as my colleagues. I don't see them as, oh, you're an intern, oni mdogo wangu. Not really. We're here to both learn from each other. And I think just being a light individually and be a change of what exactly you want it to be. Because I don't like, of course, seeing people being treated differently. Because I was bullied. So I don't like seeing people being bullied, right?
I was bullied too.
Yeah. So I usually just try to be that sort of light to everyone that I meet. Yeah. But I know it's not easy, honestly. Yeah.
But you've tried to maneuver around with the toxicity.
Me, I don't get toxicity. Me, I just don't care. Like, where I've got it, to be honest with you, if I have a problem with you, I will come and tell you. Like, I'm not the kind of person to be like, oh, unajua Ivy, oh, Esther, amenifanyia. No, I'll come like, hey, Esther, nasikia umeniongelea. Like, I'll just go straight to the point. So I'm not the kind of person, also, what's the time? We're too old for all these things. Like, you have a problem with me. All right, let's sort it out. If you don't, that's fine. Don't talk about me. So for me, honestly, I don't face any toxicity because I don't have the time for toxicity. Where? Hey, come here, I do my job, I go. But I've not experienced that in the current place that I'm working, honestly. But I know people, not in this place specifically, but I know people just generally in newsrooms who go through a lot of toxicity, and they even end up being depressed because of how they were treated at work. So I do understand that. Yeah.
What about the hate comments? Have you ever get like,
I really don't care. I am a 30-year-old man and I've been with myself for 30 years. I know every insecurity about me. There's nothing that anyone will say on the comment section that I don't know. I have a few things I need to figure out with myself, but just who I am as a person, physically, this is just me.
So what's one thing that you have to tell the viewers and your
I feel like it's very important for anyone to know who they are, because that's how you're going to, I think, live presently in the world. And also you have to really love yourself, I guess, because I feel like sometimes we love other people more and we forget ourselves. We give ourselves more to other people, whether it's our families, whether it's our relationship, boyfriends and girlfriends, and we forget ourselves. So for me, I'm trying to fill my cup. Whatever overflows out of the cup is gonna be yours. So for me, it's just very important for you to love who you are and be comfortable with that.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for
Thank
today.
you.
That was an amazing time with you and Bud. And looking
Thank
forward
you.
to have more with you.
Asante Esi.